Hello everyone, greetings from wherever you may be watching from. Join me as I make boiled rice, goat meat, fish, cow skin stew, beans, and plantain for my family of 6. Starting with the beans, I picked out the bad ones, and then I went ahead to parboil them. After parboiling, I peeled my onions, washed and chopped them, and added them to the pot. You need a lot of onions to make your beans soften in time. Afterward, I added boiling water to the beans to speed up the cooking process. Then, I covered the beans with the pot lid. At this point, our beans were already ready. Back to the goat meat. I had already washed and cleaned it off camera. Then, I added spices like onions, ginger, garlic, curry, thyme, salt, seasoning cubes, and onions. I let it sit for half an hour to marinate. Marinating your protein is very important if you want that tasty, juicy burst of flavors. After marinating, I let the goat meat boil in its own juice without adding water. After it had been well cooked, I transferred it into a bowl, leaving behind the meat stock. I proceeded to fry the meat with onions to give it a nice aroma. The meat has been well fried now and looks yummy. Moving to the stew, I removed the pepper stalk and seeds from the tatash and shambo. Then, I added onions off the camera and blended it into a paste. To make the stew, I fried the onions until translucent. Then I added tomato paste and fried it to remove its sour taste. Then, I added 1 seasoning cube and a teaspoon of salt and the sieved meat stock. Then, I covered the stew with the pot lid and allowed it to boil. I had already washed and cleaned the pomo known as cow skin in English. And then the fried hake fish was added into the stew after minutes of cooking. Then I added a little water off camera, allowing it to cook until it thickened. At this point, our stew is now ready. Moving to the rice, I washed it thoroughly with hot water, washing out the excess starch. Then I transferred it into the pot, adding slices of onions, salt, 1 seasoning cube, and a teaspoon of oil. Try this method for your boiled rice and thank me later. I got this tip from my mama. Then I peeled and fried the plantain and vegetable all on medium heat till golden brown. At this point, our food is now ready to be enjoyed. Thanks for watching till this point. Please do well to follow, like, share, and comment. One love, always see you in my next post.